All right, I'll let you in.
Why, thank you.
Well, also welcome in, Joel. Mike here with you on this Monday. Yeah, it is a full moon, or it was a couple of days ago,
Okay.
and we're not talking about Andy Reid's ass,
No, no.
but yeah, it was a full moon.
Hmm.
I mean, not a full moon, a blue moon,
Oh, Blue Moon. Okay.
but it was a teeny one,
Really?
kind of like Small Dick Nick Castellanos.
Ah, that's
But
all.
we'll get into that as well. But we're here, and typical hijinks and stuff like that here tonight. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I had a pretty busy day setting things up for the also eligible show on the 13th. We're not going to divulge too much information on that, but other than you can go to qanaracing.com and you can see what we are going to what we're going to have on the 13th. We're going to have Monmouth Park on the 13th. We won't divulge any more information because I don't want to jinx anything.
Okay.
But and also, Mike was also mesmerized by the greeting here. Now, I'm going to make Mike disappear for a second, and I'm going to hide the camera here. I don't know why that happens, but we'll remove that. So that's the background I have for when we're talking on here. But Mike was mesmerized by me having all the mascots here. So you can see that we have Swoop on the top left, Gritty top right,
Mm-hmm.
Fanatic bottom right,
Yeah.
and Franklin the dog bottom left.
Yeah.
So I just realized something
What's that?
as we go back here and I make myself seen and I can make you seen again.
Okay.
I realized that technically I am missing one mascot from a professional sports team.
Oh.
Now, granted, if I had thought about adding him to the list,
Mm-hmm.
I know what everybody would be saying.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Right.
That's because of Fang, the Union
For the union,
mascot.
yeah.
So I know that would be the case. So I didn't. I just realized it tonight, but it ain't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's good enough that we have this. I'm happy.
That's nice though.
I'm happy with that. So,
Yeah.
but got a lot to talk about here. Is ladies and gentlemen, I have a big announcement. I have been traded for a 7th round pick. This is my final show. No, I'm kidding. But and I realized I didn't finish highlighting the Bryce Harper story. So, oh well.
Hmm.
But coming up on the show here tonight, we have A.J. Brown finally traded.
Yep.
We'll give thoughts on that. Myles Garrett got traded. I'll give you some thoughts on that. And also a comment that I made today on X where actually got a like from one person. I mean, I'm not saying Myles Garrett liked or anything like that.
Oh.
One of my horse racing community people that follow me on X,
Mm-hmm.
he liked what I had to say.
Okay.
Russell Wilson apparently is retiring. OBJ is going back to New York. Well, as for Mike's initial thoughts on the MLB lockout, ramification, or the MLB collective bargaining and stuff like that as well. So, whatever we come up with here over the next hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it is. So, but, and also, I'll let you guys know the field for the Belmont on Saturday, which we will be covering this Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. That's one of the many wallpapers, cards, whatever you want to call it. One of the many different things that I've been tinkering with with AI over the last couple of weeks. So,
I like it.
but but like I said last week or 2 weeks ago, when I was playing those gaming on my own
Mm-hmm.
songs, I understand AI can be good and bad. Trust me. So I know. I mean, we know from personal experience with a certain company that we
Yeah.
both work for, even though I can just say it's Verizon, but
I can see that.
but I'll admit that I worked there. Not sure if Mike wants to admit it.
No, no.
So Mike worked at Redacted.
There you go.
So, but and I noticed it. I noticed this the other night, and I don't know if somebody posted this, and I actually ended up showing this or not, but because no, I think I know what it was. I know that the Phillies were going to Citizens Bank Park West.
Right.
You know where that is, right?
I know exactly what that is.
San Diego.
That's right.
Where the Phillies have the best. It's the stadium that they've done the best in
Yeah.
among the 29 other 29 stadiums in baseball.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, I mean, the Phillies could be 3-35, and San Diego can be 35-3. And I don't have the. And I just have one thing to say about that. I have to play it, even though I need to make. It's another one where I need to add the sound drop. But Mike hears the few first seconds here, and he knows where I'm going with this. And I might have to share that meme as my as my banner pick on Facebook. But here's basically how we feel.
I knew where you were going. Yeah.
Now I can't show the video because that would be a copyright strike. But I
Yeah.
think I get away with that because of the fact that it's just a sound drop.
That's it. Yeah.
But either way, just the stupid shit that you have to deal with me and Mike, especially me, when you're here with me on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and he also had to deal with me. Michael's had to deal with me before the show until I realized that I have a natural hat trick right now. Or no, I don't have a natural hat trick. That's right, because I had 3 losers on Saturday. I had the winner in the first race. But I thought I had 3 in a row, 3 days in a row of winners. I hit the last race at Penn National on Friday, which means I have not 1, not 2, not 3, not
11,
but days in a row with a winner.
There you go.
Now, granted, it's 8 races. Now, if it was 6 races, I'd be like Meatloaf because 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
That's right.
Well, also 2 out of 3 is 667, but it's 4 for 8, which is 50%.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we did get off to a good start this month because winner, chicken dinner. And I actually played that horse today.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And the other problem is I did not watch the race live because I actually had the video ready to go. I made sure I had my bet in, and then I'm watching some out of the park baseball stream because I have to get my drops so I can get my cards.
Right.
I kind of showed you before.
Yeah.
And also, you may be playing that in a couple of weeks, so but and that's when when Pat asked, "Are you playing that damn game again?" No, I'm on bustyasians.com.
She left me long time.
What do you want for $10? Anything you. But, which is almost as good as
Two chicks at the same time.
Hey.
But I have to get my drops. Catch up on a couple different things. Get my drops, get this, get that. And also I've been watching since last summer. So about 8, 9, 10 months I've been watching. Eventually I got to start gaming the game on Twitch here, but that's coming soon because we do have I might do another round of AI wallpapers and stuff like that because why not? I have nothing better to do with my pathetic life.
Nope.
But yeah, so I did that, and I had a busy afternoon today. I wrote 2 articles. Well, I posted 2 articles. I wrote one.
Okay.
One I wrote last night at like 2:00 in my life. And the fact that my horse won with me being like,
right,
is a mystery to me how it won. But so I had that, and and then I went to, and then I did a little wash, and then I had that race, and what exactly did I say on SJ's on her page today, on her Discord? And by the way, I gotta get my Discord up and running. Very productive day. Add cards for my 613 also eligible show. I didn't mention that, did I?
No.
So I did also eligible show cards in 2 different spins, which you guys will see next week.
Yeah, you told me about that, yeah.
Picked a winner in my daily article.
Yeah.
And did a little wash.
Oh.
I need a nap. And we have this thing called one eye. Not brown eye, but one eye.
Okay.
Where it's like you're so tired, you're looking at like one eye and stuff. So for a while there, I was like, can you explain what this one eye thing is? Because, I'm just making sure it's not about the brown eye. But, she explained it to me, and I use it every once in a while. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, had a very productive day. Made some money.
Always good.
I mean, now granted, paid $10.20 to win today. And even though, I'm going to let you guys behind the curtain a little bit. Not sure if AJ wants this, but he's vacationing with his kid and all that, so I think I can get away with it. And if not, so be it. I don't give a shit. There is a reason why I put on the articles $20 to win on whatever horse. How often do you see me bet $20 on a horse to win? Very rarely.
Very, yeah, it's very rare.
But there's a reason why I do that. I don't have to think, like, let's say, $10 to win on the 5, or in this case, the 8 horse. I don't have to sit there. Well, today would have been easy because I had $10 to win on the 8 on FanDuel Racing.
Right.
And, I just see, paid $51.50 or whatever it is, whatever it figured out to be. So I don't have to rely on that because, I fill in the Excel sheets and, I'm doing it like days later. But the reason why I put $20 to win is because it's just simple math.
That's true.
Because everything is paid out in $2 in win, place, and show.
Right.
So, you do have a $20 ticket to win. You're going to get times 10. 20 divided by 2 is 10.
Right.
So 100. So a 10-20 winner becomes 102. So and that's why I do it.
Makes sense.
So, and you can find my Quills Picks Winners article on QandARacing.com, where I will go for the thumb 5 days in a row with a winner. Yes, he is picking winners for once.
Yeah. He's back, folks.
And most people thought I was just picking my nose. Usually it's like this.
Right.
Here it goes, just so I can disgust everybody. But anyways.
Yeah.
So anyways, I did not put this on there, but I was like, yeah, we got to talk about this, right? Well, the Phillies lost 2-3 to the Dodgers, And of course, everybody's bitching and moaning because Friday night, the game was on Apple TV. Oh, streaming. And Mike is probably in that boat too.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Apple does have the best graphics.
Okay.
They're super clean.
Right.
And then on top of that, if you get announcers that you don't really want to listen to, like, for example, I don't want to listen to Heidi Watney. I'd rather listen to the other chick on the sideline, Trisha Whitaker, who got hit by a line drive last week. Apparently she's okay. But, but I'd rather – now what you can do is on Apple TV, you can toggle the audio that you can have either team's radio feed.
Whoa.
And it is synced in perfectly.
Nice.
And by the way, I do know somebody that's at this game tonight. Oh, not that one. That one.
Okay.
Because he liked the repost I have when we get to the AJ Brown trade. Because apparently he liked the comment that one of my friends had about the whole New England thing and Diana Rossini and everything else. I'll give you a little preview of that. So, but I did some research last Tuesday or last Monday. Oh, you're saying what I did on Memorial Day?
Yeah.
I watched the Phillies game.
Oh,
that's all I did.
Okay, all right.
Because remember the Phillies had all the weather issues and they forced that game in on Saturday when other teams were postponed. That's because the Phillies had a 1:30 game on Sunday, and then they had a 3:30 Pacific time game in San Diego on Monday because it was on ESPN.
Jeez.
Not ESPN 88, ESPN.
ESPN, gotcha.
But yeah, so they ended up winning all 3 games, and I did a little research. I was like, when does San Diego come to town? In breaking news, Small Dick Nick, if he isn't released by San Diego, will be in town. It probably is in town right now for that 3-game series that starts tomorrow.
Okay.
Now, I am begging, pleading with Phillies Nation, even though I hate fan bases being called nations and stuff like that. I am begging to all the Phillies fans out there, because that's what they used to be, just fans. Now it's nation.
Yeah.
Because I guess fan is short for fanatic and blah, 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 blah. Fanatic, cuckoo, and a cocoa pump. Yeah. But I'm going to beg the Phillies fans, instead of booing Nick Castellanos, instead of cheering for Nick Castellanos, Mike knows where I'm going because I suggested every chance I can get.
Right.
Small dick Nick. Small dick Nick. Small dick Nick.
Yeah.
And another guy who might have a small one is Fernando Tatis Jr. Congratulations. He hit his first home run the other night. Tatis is on the board. Yes.
Because I think you said something before that you and I had the same amount of homers that Tatis had at that time before the first one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he hit one.
Okay.
So he's up on 1-0 on us. So, we'll see what happens. So, but I just beg Phillies fans, see how much influence I have, which is because you know how my other rants have gone really far. Charlie Manuel, Dan Baker, Nick Castellanos. It is what it is. So, but I will say this. I want to hear that tomorrow, or Wednesday or Thursday if he takes the field. But I did see somebody post something, and I don't know where I saw it, whether it was Facebook, X, Instagram, somewhere else. Up there's the Castellanos we know and love, swinging that low and away slider.
Yeah.
As he always does.
Yes, he does.
And he still hasn't learned. And by the way, just to let you guys know, you may hear the occasional car going by. The windows are open tonight. We're enjoying the fact that it's actually mid-spring here, even though it's 3 weeks of summer.
Yep.
19 days or 20 days or something like that.
Something like that.
But, but if a really loud car comes by, and just to let you guys know, I did purposely mute myself there, so, don't, it isn't like, the fuck you don't.
Right?
Hey, I just came up with a new idea. Now, AJ has an actual beep sound that he uses, where he holds the button down and he just go, make it look like he's cursing.
Right.
I can sit here and say,
yeah, you can.
I just realized that. Only took me a year with this platform.
Look, he's got a boner.
It's not it, but,
Right.
I had to play it. Because we were discussing how I mess up on my sound drops all the time.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm probably going to be messing up probably within the next few days because I think I'm revamping all the shit. But
okay,
there is one given about me.
He's an asshole.
But it is what it is. So AJ Brown got traded. And I do want to share one thing here because this is the one thing that I said that, I saw it. I was like, oh my God. And this is from Real Mama Eagle on X. And I think considering she's got 50,000 views on this statement, I think that I can share this without any repercussions. She says, I'm impressed at how much Ursini helped get done using her coochie.
Oh.
She's not wrong.
Oh. Okay.
Now I'm going to say one thing. I'm wondering if eventually somebody on the team actually lets out some dirty laundry, little things that happened over the last year or so. Not something that you hear from these blog sites,
Right.
you know, because even I could write some shit up and post it on Q&A Sports Zone. Well, I can't, but you know, we do have a site reserved, I believe, but you know, I mean Q&A racing, you know, what does it have to do with racing? Yeah, that's hard thing. But so the trade went down today. I think this was agreed long ago, but you know, it's just but so AJ goes to the Patriots for a first round pick in 2028 and 27 fifth round pick. Now that fifth round pick, because the Patriots have 2 right now,
Yeah.
the Eagles get the earlier one. So it says here the better one, so I take it as the earlier pick.
I would.
So this reunites A.J. Brown with Mike Vrabel. So, you know, it makes sense. Now, am I the only one who was hoping that after all this stuff that happened, and remember, this was part of the topic of this is all part of the topic of Diana Rossini. All she seemed to break that was Eagles related over the last year and a half, 2 years. All because, you know, we found out, and then some, Vrabel may have even, well, I should have I wonder if I can do an AI of somebody of a Maury Povich voice. When it comes to 4-year-old Michael, Mike Vrabel, you are the father.
You probably could.
Because I think that, you know, and here's the thing, you know, first of all, you go to AJ with this stuff if you want to complain about anything legal, because, you know, he'll then come to me because he's the leader. But I will say this, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if this was something that was in the works for a couple of years. I mean, because AJ Brown was trying to get traded for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you, but does everything make sense now that the Eagles never did any tampering charges against the Patriots?
It makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. Because let's think about this. And apparently there's some female reporter that got fired from her job because she made a comment about Diana Rossini. Apparently she said even after the fact that there was like, you know, all the female reporters, female insiders let the men inside them. But I think we knew this was going to happen because of the only reason is you had no inkling of tampering at all.
Nope.
But, you know, and there was something that came down like a day or two ago that, oh, he may go to Cleveland. I mean, even though he had his 3 or 4 teams he preferred to stay, preferred to be traded to,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he had a no trade clause. So it wasn't like it was in baseball where, you know, you have the 10-5 rights, you have just in general, you know, put a no trade clause in there. Now, granted, all a no trade clause really is tell me where you're going to trade me before I say yes or no.
Yep.
It isn't like, you can't blindside me with the trade.
Right.
So, but other than that, you just have to wonder, did they sorry, the caffeine wore off on me. Did they know about this the whole time and they were just telling the Patriots, if we kick the can down the road long enough, we can spread this. I can spread this salary cap thing over 2 years because me, Howie Roseman, I'm the salary cap genius, and all of a sudden I'm a draft genius and I'm a trade genius, and if you get to October and the Eagles are in contention again, you get your phone.
Yeah.
And you see a 215 or 856 area code or 610, it's like, oh, fuck no.
Right. It's like, no, we're not talking to Howie.
And meanwhile, here's Howie Roseman when he hits the send button.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm glad I do not have the baseball game on here because I was going to put this game on.
Oh, really?
Because that was the game on FS1. So
okay.
Thankfully we didn't. But so Brown gets reunited with Mike Vrabel. So Diana Rossini, and the ironic thing is her husband, major Eagles fan.
What?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Jeez, something smells.
So somebody got cut off in the bedroom, and that's why she went running to Mike Vrabel and who knows whoever else.
Jeez.
But
well, according to ESPN.com, Howie said that he had talked to AJ, and they were trying to work out something, so it ended up being a win-win for both sides.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, all of this was said after the first, so you can't say nothing about the Eagles was tampering or nothing like that because he's such a good GM.
Yeah, and here's the thing. This is why we may not ever know a lot of the stuff that happened behind the scenes. Part of it is the fact that it's the Eagles' way, so to speak.
It is the Eagles' way.
Because you had the Patriots' way with Bill Belichick and all that. But, you do have the Eagles' way and everything. So we may not know, but I guarantee you, if A.J. Brown ends up throwing the Eagles under the bus, I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles say, well, guess what? He did this, this, and this. But
oh, I can see that happening.
But don't use my name.
I can see that happening.
But A.J. Brown did thank Eagles fans today on his Instagram because he doesn't have X anymore. And of course, I don't think I can really zoom this in. Yeah, I can. Good.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. Eagles Nation. Once again, do we need to call every fan base nation? It's even more annoying than the Chiefs are kingdom.
It really is.
But anyways, thank you for welcoming my family and me with open arms from day one. The city, this locker room, and the fan base will always hold a special place in my heart. To my brothers in that locker room, thank you for going to battle with me every single day. The memories we made together on off the field are something I'll carry with me forever.
Okay. Oh, excuse me.
To coaching staff, trainers, equipment staff, cafeteria workers, and the clean crew, thank you for everything you did behind the scenes to keep us going. There are so many people in the building to make it possible for us to go out there and compete, and I'm grateful for all of you. Playing for the city has been an honor. I'm thankful for every moment I had at Midnight Green. Thank you very much. Love always. God bless. 11. So that's what he had to say. Now, I don't think he didn't have any issues with the fans.
Yeah.
The issue was the offense. Because just like any, and I'm not calling A.J. Brown this because I think you can agree with me that 90% of the number one wide receivers over the last 20, 30 years are prima donnas.
I agree with you completely.
So he was a prima donna. He wanted the ball every chance.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Even the number 2 wide receiver and number 3 wide receiver, we can talk about one who wanted to thank his hands many years ago, Freddie Mitchell.
I remember that.
I just want to thank my hands.
Yeah, well, thank you, Seth. Yeah.
But, you do have, you always think you're open. Even if you have 4 guys on you. Oh, I'm open. Yeah, what about the guy showing you what it's like to be on Grindr? Riding his ass,
Yeah.
But, so say what you will. We may, all the rumored stuff that was going on over the last year or two in the locker room may or may not happen. It may or may not even be released. We may never know. But either way, he's now the Patriots' problem.
Yes, he is.
But I don't think the problems he had with the Titans was until Vrabel was fired.
Oh,
I think.
Okay.
So.
Well, I like A.J. Brown.
Yeah, you like him because he was on your fantasy teams.
Yeah, that too. But I like the fact that he did produce for us. He said, I looked on ESPN, they said he's only one of 2 wide receivers who has 1,000 yards and so many touchdowns in the last 4 years. And the other one is Jamar Chase. And we know he's a prima donna. He always more fun.
I will say this.
What's that?
Now that I think about this, A.J. Brown cost me a perfect regular season record a couple years ago.
Oh.
Remember when the Eagles played Tampa Bay on Monday Night Football in week 2?
Yeah.
That was the year that they ended up losing to Tampa Bay in the wild card round.
Uh-huh.
So I don't think they were really into the tush push too much yet. So they had a 4th and less than a yard.
Right.
Tush push or a quick slant to any other receiver, because I think the other one.
Oh, Devontae?
I think Devontae was the other wide receiver set up. So he goes to Devontae, first down, I win. He goes to A.J. Brown, I get 0.25 yards for that pass, or whatever it figured out to be. A.J. Brown gets 1.3, 1.4, or whatever it is for 2 or 3 yards and a catch. So I end up losing by that much. That prevented a perfect regular season in week 2 because I ran the table after that.
Right.
And then I shit the bed in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But that was because everybody on my team got hurt at the wrong time, like leading up to my playoff round. Because, the thing is with fantasy football playoffs, it's like, please don't get hurt when when I don't have anything to play this week.
Right.
But it was something that built up over a couple of months. So, but seriously, he's now the Patriots' problem.
Yes, he is.
So, but Drake May gets a number 1 target as part of a revamped top of the wide receiver depth chart alongside free agent Romeo Doubs. But
and don't forget the speedster they had with Mac Hollins. No, he ran back. He dropped the ball. Okay,
but will he remember to put his uniform on?
Oh, we're gonna find out.
Because we see what Mac Hollins has done going to games, barefoot,
yeah,
pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually, he'd be the guy that would show up pregnant and play pregnant.
He would be.
But the Eagles were preparing for his departure, trading up in the first round of this year's draft to get Mekhi Lemon, which, oh, by the way, the Steelers were ready to take. And, oh, by the way, Mike Holmgren's former team, or no, Mike McCarthy's former team,
Yeah.
Dallas said, yeah, you can have him. You can have our pick. So you want to get back into coaching? You want to coach Pittsburgh? Oh yeah, we're the pick before you, and the Eagles. Yeah,
Yep.
kind of not thrilled about trading with Dallas, but
No.
if it's screwing another team.
Yeah. We can do that.
Yeah.
And how we jumped at the chance, and now we have a number 2 wide receiver.
So the Eagles have Mekhi Lemon now. Hopefully he doesn't play like a lemon.
No.
Now they've also traded for Green Bay Packers receiver Dontavian Wicks, and they signed Hollywood Brown, Elijah Moore as free agents. So they're changing things around, and and I said this as well, and you can vouch for me, and you can agree with me or disagree with me. I think Devontae Smith was the number 1 receiver last year.
He was.
I mean, the Super Bowl year, you could argue 1 and 1A. I think Devontae was the one, even though you could argue 1-1A as well, but I think he was the one, and AJ turned out to be the 2. Not because of ball thrown or anything, it's just the way the offensive flowed, and
You're right.
having a dipshit for an offensive coordinator. But it'd be interesting to see what he does next year. The new guy, Mannion, but
Devontae's gonna be good.
So Howie Roseman said today, I think when we looked at the totality of the circumstances and having the conversations we had with him, felt like that we were where we were going, where he was, and if we could find something that kind of achieved our goals of getting a first-round pick going forward here in the near future, getting the money back to spend on other players on our team and other teams, it was a win-win situation, bloody, 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 blah.
Yep, that's what it said in ESPN.com. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm reading this from.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Yeah.
So he did have 2 of the highest single-season receiving yard totals in franchise history, 1496 in 2022 and 1456 in 23. But yeah, he was posting cryptic social media messages, blah, blah, blah. So he declined to speak to the media in the later stages of 25, coinciding with his on-field meeting with Jeffrey Lurie mid-November. Jeffrey Lurie, I think he is hands-on a lot, but he's not overbearing.
Yeah.
But when he steps in for a reason. He's not a Jerry Jones.
No.
And I do not have this downloaded yet because, he wants himself some glory hole, which I have to get on here. Hey, Jerry, what do you think? I want me some glory hole. But they. Now, New England was one of Brown's preferred destinations, in part because of Vrabel. He played for Vrabel from 19 to 21, and they have a connection beyond football.
That's what I heard.
I heard it's on Grindr. Starting rumors. But you said this tonight. Patriots are the first team in NFL history to begin the season with 4 straight games against playoff teams from the previous season after playing in the Super Bowl. And I think it's also teams that had 12 wins or more.
Oh.
So on top of that stat,
right,
if you look at the records from last year, it's basically a murderer's row of who they're playing. I mean, let's look at that real quick here. I'm not going to share it on my screen or anything. But,
Okay.
Their first 4 games are. Oh, no. Okay.
What?
Okay. I stand corrected on that 12 wins or more thing. But it is 4 playoff teams in a row.
Okay.
Seattle.
When?
Wednesday the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, they're starting on Wednesday because you got the Thursday night game, which is Friday morning in Australia.
Right.
Pittsburgh on the 20th.
They'll win that one.
At Jacksonville.
They'll lose that one.
At Buffalo.
They'll lose that one.
And this is the last season that Jacksonville is going to be playing in Jacksonville for a year or two because they're redoing the stadium after this year.
Yeah, that's right. They've been working on it.
They're working in Orlando.
Yep.
So you do have that. So yeah, so they do have 4 playoff teams here. I thought at first it was 12 wins or more, but Pittsburgh won 10 last year, I think. So I think 10 was the threshold. So, but either way,
they can come out at 1-3. They won't come out 3-1 or 4-0. I see 1-3.
How about
maybe
0-4?
Huh?
How about 0-4?
Could be 0-4.
And then Adrian really, take me back, please. And I need to see. Now, I know AI won't let me do this because I said to, I think it was Copilot, because I use a little bit of Copilot, a little bit of ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
Create a picture of Cleveland Cavalier fans shaking their heads harder than Michael J. Fox. I can't do that because of this, and this, and I'm not making fun of this, the Parkinson's thing. Okay, well, what about Jim Eisenreich? For the same reasons, because he has Tourette's.
Right. Yes, folks, that's my friend. Yes.
But yeah. So, let me see one other thing here because I want to set this up for the next story here. But, I mean, I don't know how I feel about it, I think I'm hoping that we get some dirt. I don't think we will.
Okay.
But I just got that feeling that,
if I'm not mistaken, when the Eagles won in 2017, Jeffrey was the number 1 receiver back then, right?
When was this?
When they won the Super Bowl in 2017, Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah.
He was number 1 receiver.
Mm-hmm.
We heard that much from him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He came from Chicago. He came and he caught the ball. He knows he's number 1, but it's the culture. You just don't. It's about winning. It's not about you're gonna get your stats, but it's about the whole team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But like you said, wide receivers, prima donnas, some get there, some don't. Most don't.
Yeah. And I think playing, a lot of times playing for Super Bowl champion will get you both, may calm you down or just get your ego even bigger and bigger and bigger. So at least that's what I think.
Seems like it.
Mm-hmm.
So winning's not the only thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think it's about money, but it's I want my touches. Well, don't let Diana Rossini hear that because she will. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
But anyways, and then this came out of nowhere, I believe. And if you're a fan of the Cleveland Browns, first of all, just for the fact that you're a Cleveland Browns fan,
Yeah.
not just because of what happened today, but
Right.
just in general.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Cleveland Browns fan? And here's Cleveland Browns fans every time they get too close to Lake Erie. It's supposed to be a splash, but I don't have a splash, so we got to go
I
to the
got
crash.
you. Yeah, I got you.
But then again, you do a belly flop, and it's like hitting concrete instead of.
Same effect.
Yeah. So Myles Garrett was traded today, which I didn't hear going on. But then again, I don't listen to sports radio other than national stuff, if anything. But I don't listen to WIP. I don't listen to 97.5. It's only because let's get back to the Eagles. No, let's not get back to the Eagles. Or let's talk about something stupid here that you gotta hit just so you can get to your main topic. Like, oh yeah, what how big is your butt crack? Do I really? But anyways, so Myles Garrett got traded to the Rams for two-time Pro Bowl pass rusher Jared Verse, multiple draft picks. The teams announced today. Now, Jared Verse, even though he's leaving the Rams, he's thinking, man, I don't have to face the Eagles every year. Because remember the Eagles in the Super Bowl year, they just ripped him a new asshole twice.
Yes, they did.
And, even Saquon was taunting him to try to tackle him in the one game.
Yes, he was.
The playoff game, I think it was, right?
Right.
So the Browns receive a first-round pick in 2027, and I don't know. I saw it here in over the last 10, 15 years, they have not kept their first-round picks. I think it's 3 in their last 15 or whatever it is under Sean McVay, who, by the way, was kind of linked to.
Oh, Sean.
But he was a single guy back then.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So, hey,
do what you want.
Diana Racine, hey, you got any cigarettes? Yeah, you. But anyways, so the Browns receive a first-round pick in 27, a second-round pick in 28, and a third rounder in 29. Why don't they just continue on and say the fourth round in 30, fifth round in 31? Even though you can only trade for that. But anyways, so it's one of the biggest trades in NFL history involving a defensive player.
Jeez.
I mean, I was woke up this morning and got a text from AJ here. All right, I gotta find this here because there it is. Oh, he's at a Wawa in Orlando. So, and also he's got his Woodburn shirt on.
Okay.
His 2-year-old that he got with myracehorse.com.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't know that my horse, that doesn't have a fucking name yet,
right,
will be at the Derby, at the Preakness, at the Belmont. and we'll be like, yeah. But anyways,
If I'm not mistaken, didn't we watch a movie where the Cleveland Browns traded for defensive end or defensive back? Because they said it would transform their team.
was it the Kevin Costner movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I know what you're talking about. But
yeah.
Anyway, so AJ sent this to me. I told him, hey, you gave me something to play right now. So guess what? This is what he has to say. So he said, gassing up the truck in Florida is like buying cattle in auction. So here we go.
I don't know what it's like where you live when you get gas, but in Florida, it's like this.
39, on 39 and quarter, 39 and quarter, about a ham and 9 ham and 9 ham and 9 ham and 75. Hit 39, 75 and 40. At 40, 40 and a quarter, 40 and a quarter, about a half. Hit 40 and about 7, about 7, about 41, 41, 41 and a quarter, 1 quarter and a half and 1.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Thankfully, it wasn't anything that will get me into trouble. So.
Right.
But,
I like that.
No, you're not supposed to play that. No. That was just between you and me. But, he's not wrong.
No.
But that's what happened when we had somebody who's got frontotemporal dementia in office. But then again, we probably would be in the same boat if it was Joe Biden too. So let me just say this right now. If Joe Biden stayed in the race and somehow had beaten Trump, we'd probably be dealing with the same shit. So, the same lost look in their face and all that, you get the idea. So I'm not just playing both sides of the spectrum here because we're not being political.
Nope.
We're just stating facts that, hey, it could have happened and, But anyway, so the shocking trade is completely on brand for the Rams. They made a similarly seismic move in 2021 when they acquired Matthew Stafford in the season in which the Super Bowl was being held in Los Angeles before going on to win it. Oh, by the way, where's this year's Super Bowl at?
Where is it?
LA.
Oh.
That's okay, but I haven't gone through the schedule, so I don't plan on doing it until August.
Right.
There is nothing I want more than the situation that we had in Super Bowl 52.
Oh.
Where the Minnesota Vikings were thinking, oh yeah, we're going to Philly. It's going to be 50 degrees. And we're going to play a home Super Bowl. We're going to be the first team to do it. I think they were going to be, because the Bucks were the first one in 55, right? Super Bowl 55.
I think they were the first one.
Then it was the Rams next year.
Yeah.
So
Minnesota did think that. Big mistake.
Mm-hmm. And we got to see Foles.
Yes, we
That's
did.
the second Nick Foles reference tonight. First was a roundabout way because of small dick Nick Castellanos.
Right.
And now, but and I said something along the lines of, that is midnight green you're going to be painting in that one end zone?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it was.
Mm-hmm. So Super Bowl 61 is going to be played at SoFi in February. By the way, on Valentine's Day. And guys, if your woman is thinking it's about her and not about the whole scope of the day, and she's very inflexible with Valentine's Day being on Super Bowl Sunday, dump her fucking ass. I mean, if you want to get a heads up, since we are 8 months away from the big game, honey, the Super Bowl's on Valentine's Day this year. Well, it better be about me and not that damn football. See ya.
Patricia be saying, "Get out! Go on over there to Joe's house. Go."
Where's my bitch be gone? But so the Rams again are going all in, and they're going by their mantra, F them picks, while trying to repeat history. So the Rams' interest sparked shortly after the Browns modified the contract of the 7-time defensive end in March, pushing back the option bonuses from the 15th day of the year in March to 7 days before the start of the regular season, making it easier to trade him. Browns are adamant they had no interest in trading Garrett and even told that to the Rams. But, sometimes you just continue talking, things go. But the Rams refused to give up with what one source called their persistent pursuit of Garrett. LA, according to sources, continued calling and calling. Only team that tried to pry loose a player, the Browns, one deemed untouchable. Kind of like the whole Ted DiBiase mantra on WWE when he was the $1 Million Man. Mm-hmm. The one thing he always said was, "Everybody's got a price."
He sure did.
$1 Million Man.
Yeah. After he stuffed the money in their hand, in their mouth.
So the Browns told the Rams that no deal would get done without including the 25-year-old first, the Rams' 2024 first-round pick, who had 12 sacks and 22 tackles for loss the past 2 years. So, while everybody was focused on A.J. Brown, this snuck in.
Yes, they did.
They were putting together the parameters of one of the biggest defensive trades in NFL history, one that rivals or exceeds what the Green Bay Packers sent to the Cowboys last summer for Micah Parsons. But I did say one thing today, and also remember Garrett set the sack record last year.
Yeah,
so we no longer have Mark Gastineau going after Brett Favre.
Nope.
You gave my record away, motherfucker. But here's something I said today, but I'm going to give you the original post from Joe Madden.
Okay.
No, not that Joe Madden.
No, the Joe Madden. Okay.
This is a chick Joe Madden, J.O. Madden.
Gotcha.
So she said, "This is the trade of the year. Wow, I'm speechless." I replied, Garrett is guaranteed to drive the speed limit in LA with all that traffic.
Yes, he is. That's funny.
Which led to this comment from Craig Milkowski. Well played.
That was a good one. I like that.
So that is, I mean, us being Eagles fans, it's like, well, we only have to deal with him once unless it's the playoffs.
Yep.
Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Yeah.
Oh, we win a fucking game. But, I mean, I don't know. But the NFC West got really spicy now.
Yes, it is.
Because you got the Niners who are still living like it's 25, 30 years ago. Got the Cowboys thinking it's 25, 30 years ago.
Right.
Actually, they should have. I wonder if they scratch him from the San Francisco game in Santa Clara because of the whole electrical field thing, power station, all the rumors with that sort of thing. We have all these injuries.
Okay. That's funny.
And that's the one thing. Some of these, and we're talking about a month ago now. Well, 3 weeks ago, they were sharing the different schedule opening release videos, and a couple of the teams took a shot at San Francisco because they were doing a study because they said this power plant or something near the stadium was sending off electrical rays, which was causing everybody to get hurt or some shit. Kind of like how scrambling quarterbacks get hurt at the 33-yard line in DC. Well, just Alex Smith and Joe Theismann, but
Yeah.
Oh, there was a comment that Joe Theismann had today, and no, I don't want to listen to your shit, AJ. Let me see here. Okay, here it is. So Joe Theismann today, well, this article from earlier today from Awful announcing. Let's see. It says, Joe Theismann says NFL has drifted away from tradition amid the streaming boom. Of course, nobody got this joke because I guarantee you nobody that reads Awful Announcing reads watched TVG, which is FanDuel Racing, for another year before they cease to exist. My response was, this from a guy that had a streaming problem and promoted Super Beta Prostate.
Well played. Well
I'm on a roll today.
Yes, you are. Well played, Q. Well played.
Now, if I had seen that on X instead of that, I'm sure I would have gotten a couple of well played there.
Right.
But I only saw it on Facebook, so. But everybody on Facebook is saying this.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Right.
At least the people that follow me on X
Mhm.
are there for a reason. Whether it's horse racing, Philly sports, or no, not that one. This one.
He's an asshole.
They want to see what I'm going to say next. Kind of like the whole Howard Stern thing.
Right.
Yeah. Now, one guy that we may watch and see what's he going to say next, but not in the Howard Stern way or the Joe Quills way, is Russell Wilson Jr. III.
Yep.
Now, if you don't know the genesis of Russell Wilson Jr. III, you don't watch or listen to the Dan Patrick Show. Because that goes back to Robert Griffin III.
Okay.
So there was a segment where Andrew Perloff, they called him McLovin on the show because he swears he looks like him. But I met him at the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Okay.
I gave him shit because he said he's from Philadelphia. I said, dude, you're from Lower Merion. That's technically not Philadelphia.
Right.
And then I said, I know what you mean. Okay. You're Philadelphia adjacent.
Right. That's it.
So
That's funny.
kind of like Villanova.
Yeah.
Not really Philadelphia adjacent, but we get that conundrum that we talked about last week on the show. So if anybody has a junior in their name or a third in their name because of that faux pas where he called Robert Griffin III Robert Griffith Jr. III. I mean, he didn't even get the last name right. He said Griffith instead of Griffin.
Wow.
Robert Griffith Jr. III.
Okay.
So a lot of times with Dan Patrick, you have these shows, and another reason why we did not watch that game tonight.
Oh, you're right.
Well, that's when they had the Bat Boy coming in for the infielder. It's like, hey, can we add the Bat Boy to the roster? No. Well, we're pushing him anyway. So, but anyways, Russell Wilson is finalizing a deal to become a CBS Sports analyst. I see the look on your face.
Yeah, that's the look. Yeah.
And do I have this one on here? Well, I don't have the one I'm really looking for.
Okay.
But I know what you're saying when Russell Wilson announces this deal.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, but he also had an offer on the table with the New York Jets. No wonder why he's going to CBS Sports.
What did he put me to back up to in the Jets for the Jets?
He never signed a deal.
Oh, never. Oh, gotcha.
Apparently.
Okay.
So he had an offer on the table from the Jets to join the team as a backup to Geno Smith.
Right.
He had acknowledged last month to the New York Post that he was considering joining CBS Sports.
Okay.
Now, if you remember Matt Ryan, he was on there last year, and he is now in the front office with the Atlanta Falcons.
That's right.
I think he's like president to the maintenance guy or some shit like that, but whatever it is. So, he was a 10-time Pro Bowl selection, meaning Wilson. He won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. And if you remember from that Tampa Bay Super Bowl, that Tom Brady won with Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
He was the most miserable looking motherfucker sitting there next to Roger Goodell. I win Man of the Year and I got to sit next to this fucking motherfucker never suspended me either, and I'm still here. But anyways, so he's now set to leave the NFL as a player to become an analyst on the network's pregame show that included James Brown, Nate Burleson, and Bill Cowher. Nate Burleson, the guy who's on every CBS show, he's the CBS equivalent of Michael Strahan. Even though Michael Strahan goes between two different networks.
Right.
The football does not conflict with Good Morning America, so he can do both, I guess. So it's unclear at the moment if Wilson's retiring as a player or simply taking a pause in his playing career.
We'll find out.
I think his career's over.
Oh yeah.
But
he's going to take a pause and try it again. We know that.
Mm-hmm. So he replaces Matt Ryan, who became the Atlanta Falcons president of football. So, I mean, I think he'd be a great fit in that capacity. His wife Sierra, they can move to New York.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably living in New York now, but he doesn't have to worry with living in Seattle anymore or Pittsburgh. Then again, who the hell would really want to live in Pittsburgh?
Well, that's true too. Oh no, I can't say that. My daughter lives in Pittsburgh.
I was waiting for that, but as soon as I said that, I was like, oh shit. But but then again, even people in Morgantown, West Virginia, if you remember, remind people about Pittsburgh. Sweet Caroline, eat shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It
Russell
just
will do a good job.
Mm.
He's very knowledgeable as far as the football is concerned. So he'll do a good job.
I think he's very good with the microphone. I mean, he hasn't been on Dan Patrick the last few years, but he's given great interviews and stuff like that.
Cool.
So I think he will fit in just fine there. So
better than Pat McAfee as far as the.
I don't think he's necessarily a Pat McAfee type. I think he's more of a more of a, stick by the book type thing.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, compatible off the rails.
Yeah.
In
But,
a minute. Yeah.
But Pat's that type of person, even when he was in the NFL.
Yeah. He marched to the beat of a different drummer.
Yeah. So now I did see this. Now I have to skim over this as we're talking about this here. And I have to search for it because it is not on here. Apparently Bryce Harper had a say about what the let me see if I can find this here. But here it is. Okay. So Bryce Harper's concerned over the lockout ramifications. So the owners and players, if you saw the show last week, I'm pretty sure you saw this segment. The Players Association and the executives laid out their initial plans. The the MLB Players Association sought advances to the current economic system, including increases in minimum salary, higher luxury tax thresholds, and expansion of the pre-arbitration bonus program unveiled during the last labor fight. The league, representing its 30 owners, pitched something entirely different: a strict cap and floor system. Similar to that of the NHL, and a 50-50 revenue split with the players. So that's what they're pushing. Harper told ESPN on Sunday morning, "We're coming from two different areas, and we both have to understand our game is in great position right now to succeed. We can't lose that momentum as players. We can't lose the momentum as owners. So wherever we're at, whatever they're coming with, whatever we're coming with, we have to come to agreement before any of that happens, because there's other things to do. It's not like 94 where there's just nothing else to do. It's not just, baseball's here. No, there's a lot of other things to do than just watch baseball," which is true.
That is very true.
As we all know, the last time MLB pushed for a salary cap led to the cancellation of the 94 World Series.
Yep.
And it took until Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa roid raging with a home run chase that MLB recovered its popularity.
Yeah. That was good for baseball.
Now Harper is a blue collar guy because his father is a union worker with whatever trade he does. So
Okay.
so he's very adamant. Like he told the commissioner, "Get the fuck out of my locker room."
Yeah, he did.
So Harper and several other players are fearful that a prolonged labor fight in a time of social media and unprecedented viewing options would severely hamper the gains MLB has made in recent years in regards to attendance, rating, international appeal, and as a result, revenue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, and I said this last week that not many people are saying. Part of the haves and have-nots lay in this regional sports network fiasco that has occurred. That, even though you knew it was coming, because, even if you put your head in the sand, you still know that, by the way, people are cutting the cord. So these regional sports networks, in a roundabout way, will start losing viewership and blah, 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 and they fall apart.
Yep.
And I also mentioned how when one company buys another company, you're actually just buying their debt more than not. So, like, for example, a perfect example of that is Sears and Kmart.
Mm-hmm.
They both had bad debt. One bought the other, and they just disappeared.
They did.
I mean, they didn't even have, oh, all our stores are closed. And it's just like, well, that's closed, that's closed, that's closed, that's closed. But, so I think Harper, even though he's not a union rep for the team, I don't know who the player rep is for the Phillies, but, and he may be the player rep for all I know. I just don't know who it is, but.
I thought it was JT.
Was it JT?
I think so. I think if I remember, I think it is JT. Yeah.
So I think, in a way, even though we can agree that Kyle Schwarber's the leader of the team,
Right.
I think you can have multiple leaders on a team if they're working together and they're not stepping on each other's toes. I don't think what Harper's saying steps on Kyle Schwarber's toes. It doesn't step on the JT's toes. I don't think it steps on anybody's toes.
But what it does do, what he said, it's going to step on MLB's toes. Because like you just said, if they start this with everything else that we can look at, everybody's going to be like, why should I watch baseball? I got this, I got that. And they're going to do the same thing they did. You know, it's going to be, they got to start that cycle all over again to be relevant. Yeah. So you're right. They have to get their stuff together. They really do.
So, I mean, obviously something has to be done because you have the haves and you have the have-nots.
Yeah.
Plain simple. And
Yankees, have. Dodgers, have. Tampa Bay, have not.
But Tampa Bay wins. That's the thing. They're the exception to your rule.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
I know what you're saying.
They do win, yeah.
But like I say, you know, maybe you need that promotion relegation because, all right, you don't want to spend, well, get the fuck out of the majors, go to AAA, and we'll bring up a team up to the majors. But before those that are watching, just to let you know, I know it's never going to happen in my lifetime. It's just something that I bring up from time to time. So, Harper said one of the biggest reasons for those games is the type of team a cap would hinder the Dodgers, the two-time defending champions who hold a projected competitive balanced tax payroll north of $400 million. So that's the salaries plus what they have to pay in the CBT. So our game is in a great direction, a great place because of the Dodgers. Obviously, they make a lot of money. They're able to get free agents, but the Dodgers don't just do that. They draft well. They do a very good job in the minors, developing guys. Other teams can't do that. You can spend all the money in the world, but you can have a terrible farm system and not have the teams come up. Yeah, it's called the Phillies.
Yeah.
So three teams in the top 10 payrolls, the Red Sox, Mets, and Astros, are so far out of contention they'll probably deal established players at the trade deadline, while three teams with bottom 10 payrolls, Cleveland, Tampa Bay, Milwaukee, all sit in first place. Oh, by the way, Cleveland, Tampa Bay, Milwaukee, they were part of that Bally, FanDuel Sports, that conglomerate of regional sports networks that went under.
And look where they're sitting now.
But the thing is, Cleveland, they basically play in a division that is mostly non-spending teams. Milwaukee is almost the same. I mean, even St. Louis isn't spending money like they used to. But that's because they were part of that regional TV stuff. So players and agents widely believe a league's push for a cap is motivated almost entirely by the goal of maximizing franchise values. But Commissioner Rob Manfred has framed it as a desire to appease mid to small market fans who crave a more level playing field. while announcing its proposal with a cap of $245.3 million and a floor of 171.2, the league sent out a fact sheet that noted, among other things, that a small market team has not won the World Series since 2015. Yeah, so Harper confronted Manfred in Philly last July, telling him, "Get the fuck out of our clubhouse." If you wanted to talk about the benefits of salary cap. Tarek Skubal, who's part of the MLB executive subcommittee, also said that he's not surprised by the league's push. So, so if the league makes more than projected, players essentially get more. But if they don't, players have to surrender some of the earnings in order to guarantee the 50-50 split, which happened in the NBA, where players gave up nearly $500 million last year. But
NBA still make money,
and
the NFL will make money,
and
MLB will make money.
But here's the thing, and you know this from working at Verizon. You know it. I know it from working at Verizon, and also with me talking about the behind the scenes shit that I was able to get information on over the years. One thing we know is with the initial offers that you see from both sides, they're going to be far left, far right, far top, far bottom, whatever right. Direction you want to talk about. The thing is, you have to get to this common ground in the middle. Sometimes it's going to be easy, sometimes it's not. If the executives use the term salary cap, MLBPA will never do that. You know that, I know that, everybody knows that.
Right.
Now, what the Dodgers are doing are both good and bad for baseball, if you think about it.
You're right.
Because not only are they blowing up their payroll and making it haves and have-nots within the haves, because you've got Shohei Ohtani with this $70 million a year contract, which, by the way, in a way, is earned because he does two jobs.
Yeah, he does.
Now, granted, that led to Soto, who can't do one.
I had one job to do.
So I just think it isn't necessarily the fact that you have a team spending all this money. What I would do if I was the owners, now here's the thing. It's a matter of what side would offer this. And, either side would be like, well, you're killing our side and everything else. The one thing I would say, even just looking from the outside looking in, like the kind of contract that Shohei Ohtani has where, it's all
deferred.
All deferred.
Right.
Somebody has to say, it's going to hurt, whatever side says it is going to hurt the other side no matter what.
Right.
So somewhere along the line, they have to say, well, if you're going to have a salary cap, you can't defer any money.
Oh, I like that.
Because in Shohei's case, you're kicking it 10 years down the road.
Yeah.
But I understand why they did that, because if you remember when he signed with the Dodgers, he had that gambling controversy with his agent,
Right.
who might have taken more than a few bullets
Right.
for Shohei, in my opinion. I'm not saying he did,
Mhm.
but just that who lets their agent just have total control of their bank account? I mean, but some of the stories just don't make sense. Part of them do, but I just think they got to be in it for the long haul. I just don't know what they would do.
Well, like you said, though, it's going to be some hard choices.
Mhm.
But if they keep the main thing, which is the main thing, which is if you don't have a product, you're going to send people elsewhere.
Mhm.
Is that what you want to do? Do you want to, like what Harper said, you are consistent. You do have something good going on. Do you want to just back up and start at the station all over again? Or do you want to work this out, whether it's going to be the hard choices, whether it's something you don't like, but look at the main thing being the main thing. We want to continue to improve our product. We want to continue to go forward. Either that or just, you're going to blow the whole crap up and start all over again.
And it's giving me an idea for out of the park baseball now.
Oh, cool.
What if Major League Baseball locks out and never plays again? And we get my wish of promotion and relegation baseball.
You would get your wish.
Hmm.
I would also get my wish by not wanting to watch UFL, but if nothing else on, I'm gonna have to watch it anyway.
Oh, there's an interesting story with the UFL. The team in Orlando,
Yeah.
they got the top seed in their division, conference, whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
They have to play their playoff game at a neutral site because their stadium is a site for the World Cup, or
Oh wow.
so they got to play in Columbus.
Oh dang. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope the fans travel.
Well, I'm sure not many fans show up to any of those games.
That's true.
But one thing is, Mike Rapoli, who's a horse racing owner, and I gave him shit last year. He made a comment on X, and I ripped into him for whatever reason.
Right.
I was trying to see if he would ban me or block me, whatever. I don't think he did. But he said what he had to say, so I said what I had to say, because he was going off about something which made no sense. And by the way, Mike Rapoli is the only guy who's ever bid on FanDuel Racing. And probably I should have said that to Todd Schrupp. How did it feel? Because I think he did the interview. How did it feel having to warn Mike Rapoli, the only person you've ever had to warn that you're on live TV and you're not allowed to curse?
Okay.
Now, granted, he's on cable TV. He's not on regular terrestrial TV, so he can kind of get away with cursing, kind of like the whole Pete Rose thing a few years ago when he was in the booth drunk. He was telling about Tony Perez hitting a cockeye fastball and other things like that.
Yeah.
So, but you really can't do anything about it because the FCC doesn't have regulations over cable channels, apparently.
Okay.
Or allegedly, or whatever the correct adverb, adjective, whatever you want to call it. The descriptive word of the day, or whatever it is. So, but even if they do lock out, for the most part, in my opinion, and I said this about the WNBA as well, but they just kept kicking the can down the road, and they got a deal.
Right.
You can lock everybody out, but aside from the free agents, there really isn't much you can really. There really isn't much that's being done other than signing players, trading players, whatever. But it's like in terms of actually being on the field,
Mm-hmm.
none of that happens until February.
That's true.
But I mean, it's only a matter of time before they get locked out, because
Yep.
the players are not going to strike. It's going to be, well, it's a matter of who says what first. And you may see the players take a strike vote, even though, they'll make the owners. And also, unlike 4 years ago, where you had Biden in office,
Mm-hmm.
or 5 years, well, 5 winters ago,
Right.
You got Donald Trump in office, very anti-union, and if he's still alive by then, I'm going to make those motherfuckers go back to work. They're going to go back to playing. They're going to accept that salary cap. It's a great cap, best cap ever, even better than Joe Quill's Philadelphia Phillies denim hat with the Blue Jay on it, because the Blue Jays were the unofficial name of the Phillies in the 1940s, or some shit like that.
Very good impersonation.
Oh, it's horrible,
Okay.
but
Very bad impersonation.
or something like that. So, and meanwhile, probably somebody's coming in, watching the stream, and like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
Because he is anti-union. That's the only thing.
Yeah. But so we'll see what happens with that. There's 6 months from today, and here's the thing: they probably were talking informally for months on end.
Probably.
But the thing is, just because you have a contract doesn't mean that you don't stop talking collective bargaining, because there's always like addendums and stuff like that. So little things like that. So, but I do have an addendum to the show, and that is that also eligible on Saturday.
Yeah.
We're looking at the Belmont,
Whoa.
the final one at Saratoga. And who knows, maybe I'll be on a 5, 6, 7.
11.
No, not 11 days. 5, 6. Maybe I'll be on an 8-day winning streak by then.
Whoa. Okay.
Because I am at right now.
Right.
And, it may turn out being a tradition unlike any other, where I give out winners on the QPW, which is on QandARacing.com every day.
Oh, geez.
And I got the volume too loud, so I can't talk like I'm Jim Nance at the Masters.
That's funny.
Well, hello, friends.
That's That's funny.
But also eligible on Saturday morning. I think AJ's going to join me. I think he said he's going to be back on Thursday. We're going to look at the Belmont. 9 horses in the race, which I watched the draw today. And, I do have to say one thing. I'm going to start shit here.
Okay.
For Belmont being very good with their post times,
Mm-hmm.
they started like 5 to 10 minutes late with their stream on YouTube today.
What that?
The fuck? What do you think you are? Gulfstream Park? But here is the field, ladies and gentlemen, for the 2026 Belmont Stakes. Golden Tempo has the far outside post number 9. But favored is the 2 Renegade at 2-1. Chief Wallaby at 3-1 is the second choice. Golden Tempo's third choice, and then you have from the rail out, Vitruvian Man 30-1, Power Shift 12-1, Tinho 20-1, Growth Equity 12-1, Commandment and Emerging Market or Co 6-1 third choices. One thing I do want to mention, and this was in an article that was posted earlier today. Let me see here. Yeah, remember Oselli finished third in the Derby.
Yeah.
He is passing up the Belmont Stakes. And he's going to see if Cleveland rocks or not because he's going to the Ohio Derby at Thistledown.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I'm not going to play the video, but
So Golden Tempo is the favorite. No, you said.
so he's going to be. So he's going to be going to Ohio,
Right.
where he'll be saying, "Ah, ah."
I like that. I like that.
Well, I found out that will get me a copyright strike. So
okay.
I mean, I can't play the video in 2 weeks because we are, with potentially monetizing and stuff like that. I can't play it because it's a copyright strike, which really sucks because, does Cleveland really rock? No. But, it is the Mistake by the Lake. But, at least here, and I will take a chance at this because we all know about Detroit, right? Right?
Detroit?
Well, here you go.
Fun times in Cleveland again. Still Cleveland. Come on down to Cleveland town, everyone. Under construction since 1868. See our river that catches on fire. It's so polluted that all our fish have AIDS. We see the sun almost 3 times a year. This guy has at least 2 DUIs. The flats look like a Scooby-Doo ghost town. Don't slow down in East Cleveland or you'll die. Our economy's based on LeBron James. Buy a house for the price of a VCR. Our main export is crippling depression. We're so retarded that we think this is art. It could be worse though, at least we're not Detroit.
Oh! Oh, well, that's funny.
I wonder if they play that after the Guardians defeat the Tigers in baseball. Well, especially this year because Detroit does suck ass this year, but at least we're not Detroit.
That's funny. That's funny. I like it.
And AJ's like, yeah, you hit me with a copyright strike there playing that. But it's not an actual song, it's just somebody making fun of Detroit. Well, we still got a strike, damn it. So Saturday, we'll be looking at the Belmont. Deal with it. No, we'll actually make it worth your while Saturday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I think the first race on Saturday is at, I can tell you in a second. First race on Saturday at the Spa is 11 a.m.
Wow. Okay.
And they have 14 races on the card. Race 14 goes off at 8:02 p.m. I think sunsets around 8:30 there.
Okay.
Because they're further north, so they
Right.
get sun rises earlier. It's all a science thing, you understand.
No, I understand.
But they have 14 races here. I almost said 16, 14, because the last race right now has 16 horses entered. They'll cut it down to 12, but and I'm afraid to look at the weather. But right now, because I do have, believe it or not, I'm going to show you this. I have Saratoga Springs on my phone.
Oh, dang. 52 degrees?
Well, it's supposed to warm up, but the thing
Okay.
is, the reason why I have that is, am I going to have to write about this race being taken off the turf? But weather looks pretty good
Okay.
until Saturday.
Wow.
Because it's supposed to rain Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday there. And it's going to be a rain that starts overnight and runs all day long. So that means I'm going to have to tell you, take a long shot. Take a horse that runs well in the slop
Yeah.
right now. But we do have a field of 9 on Saturday. And let me see here. I'm just looking right now because you know the one thing I always tell you is I love playing Curlin sired horses in the slop.
Yeah.
Golden Tempo sired by Curlin.
Oh, wow.
Even though that horse needs a crazy fast pace, which I don't think is going to happen. But I will tell you one thing. If the weather stays dry, I think Thursday is the Belmont Gold Cup, which is a 2-mile race on the grass.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a win and you're in for the Melbourne Cup in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Parchment Party ended up going to that race, even though he had never run on the grass, or at least he didn't run on the grass going that, but he ended up like 21st out of 24. I'm going to say right now, Parchment Party is 3-5 on Thursday. If that stays on the grass, I'm just going to tell you right now, field of 9 going 2 miles on the grass. Throw him out.
Wow.
Because I don't think he can run on the turf.
Okay.
He can run 2 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up at Parks in September because we have that 1.5-mile race, which may be too short for him, but I don't think he can go 2 miles on the grass.
Mm-hmm.
If it ends up on the main track, yeah, he wins by a football field, but And the thing that sucked last year, what Naira does, they even allow the voice of the Melbourne Cup to come to Belmont to call that race. And it's the only race he calls at Saratoga that week. And he had to call a shortened race because Saratoga, they don't want to run 2 miles on the main track. Let's shorten it to 1 3/4 miles because that's as far as we'll go, even though we could technically go 6 laps around the track if we really wanted to.
Wow.
But yeah, so I don't know, but yeah. So that's I mean, even though that's not a race I'm looking at, it may be a race that I add because I can get Saratoga programs for free. Because you know the whole thing that I say on Saturday mornings. No, you don't. You don't watch Saturday mornings. One thing I always say, if it's free, it's for me.
I was gonna say that too.
So, like today, you had free racing cards from Parks and from Finger Lakes.
Okay.
I didn't take advantage of it because I was busy. But I did take advantage of that free race of the day that they had there, which is usually my Quills Picks Winners race. And we had days in a row. Now, granted, it's not 4 races in a row, but,
Right.
you know, we went 1 for 2 on Friday. I think that was a Mark Cassie horse that won on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. As we're just rambling here because, you know, it's just the way we roll right now. Friday, race 6. Yeah, Mark Cassie, Alpeland won that race. And then Saturday, I had the Baffert horse in the first race. I couldn't get anything else home. Then on Sunday, I had another Mark Cassie horse, this time at Woodbine. Lucky Guest. Had the same scenario as my horse today, but in a different sense. All kinds of trouble in the stretch. Well, my horse today had all the trouble in the back stretch. Hey, give me my money.
Hey,
or whatever.
a streak is a streak. Whether it's days, horses.
Wait, do I have that on here? Hold on.
Julie Jerkoff.
No, that ain't it.
Forgive me, Kirkhoff.
Oh, wait, I do have it. This is what I was saying today to FanDuel Racing.
Show me the money!
Okay.
And then they were like, well, we're going to make you wait.
You said balls.
We're off the rails, people. I can't help it. But what is this?
That's what she said.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was like, what is TWSS? Oh, that's what she said. Now I know why.
Okay.
So anyway, Mike, thank you for joining me tonight. And I will be back tomorrow, hopefully, if I don't get fired from this for all the shit. Well, then again, you know, if I don't, as long as I'm not taking a direct hit at AJ, I guess I'm okay. So I guess I'll be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We'll be looking at whatever, and we'll be kind of sidecasting Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final, Carolina and Vegas. I get the feeling Carolina in 6, but I'm rooting for Vegas, though.
Gotcha.
I mean, I kind of want to see Rod Brindamore win a Stanley Cup as a coach.
Yeah. I want to
But
see it too.
I
Yeah.
kind of want to see Tortorella win a cup and say,
Didn't he win one with
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's, of all the head coaches, I think he's had the longest wait between Stanley Cup final finishes,
Gotcha.
appearances, 22 years, if I read that right today. And he actually did not have complete gray in his beard. He was only partially gray. Well, he's 67 years old now, so,
Yeah.
you know. But anyways, that's it for now. And I hope everybody has a great night out there. Check out Q&A Racing for Q&ARacing.com for tomorrow's article. It'll probably be out about 12 o'clock because it's a night track tomorrow. Because we're going to Assiniboia Downs for a stakes race because, they keep giving me these races and all that. And it's like, it's a freebie. Why not?
That's true.
But anyway, so that's it.